Hi, I'm Boris Hugonel, and I'm going to do a demonstration of work of Edward Seago. But let's go straight into the paint. We are going to use for this painting, we're using emerald green, ultramarine blue, light red, red oxide, burnt sienna, chromium yellow, yellow ochre, Naples, and white, of course. So this tutorial is going to be different to the others because I'm going just to narrate a little bit about Edward Seago's biography while you can watch me do a reproduction of one of his masterpieces. So I am not pretentious, and I do not pretend that I can paint to the level of Edward Seago, or should I say to his style. He's got a very personal style. He was a great master. I love his paintings, and I love the way he paints. He's an impressionistic painter, and that's why I have studied many of his paintings just to better myself as well with what I have learned so far. So just to emphasize, I am not Edward Seago. This is barely an attempt to do something that he would have done in the way of painting. So yeah, so while you're watching this, let's talk a bit about Seago. So some of you, I'm sure, will know about what I'm going to tell, but it is interesting to know the artist that we are inspired from. I always tell my students who wish to become an impressionist to study a master that they are inspired from. Take a master that you like, being Constable, being Edward Seago, or any other master that you like, and try to reproduce some of its work. It is very rewarding. It forces us to think like the artist, because we have to do some research about the artist, what palette he used, what brushes he used eventually, and the thinking behind his mastercraft. So it is a very, very good exercise to do, and I very encourage you to do the same. So while this painting's going on, let's talk about Edward Seago. He's born at the 31st of 1910 at Norwich, England, and died on the 19th January 1974 at the age of 63 in London. He was the son of a coal merchant, and Seago attended Norwich School. He was a self-taught artist. Although he received advice from Sir Alfred Munnings and Bertram Priestman, and enjoyed a wide range of admirers from the British royal family and the Aga Khan to the common men. His works have been classified as either Impressionist or Post-Impressionist, and included landscapes, seascapes, skyscapes, street scenes, his garden, and portraits. When aged of 14, Seago won an award from the Royal Drawing Society, and from then on he knew what he wanted to do in spite of his parents' initial disapproval. His popularity was so great that who wished to buy one of his paintings had to queue at his various annual exhibitions around the world, with the single exception of Queen Elizabeth, the Queen Mother. The Queen Mother bought so many that eventually the artist, who died in 1974, gave her 2 paintings a year, one on her birthday and one on Christmas. Prince Philip invited him on a tour of the Antarctic in 1956, and his subsequent paintings considered to be among his best hang at Balmoral. Seago also created a solid silver sculpture of St. George slaying the dragon, which serves as an automobile mascot for any state limousine in which Queen Elizabeth II is travelling. The mascot can be transferred from car to car. When the monarch is not aboard, it is substituted with the symbol of the manufacturer, such as the Rolls-Royce Spirit of Ecstasy or the Bentley Bee. Seago settled in East Anglia with Peter Seymour, his love and studio assistant. And that is about all there is to say about Edward Seago, other than he favoured skyscapes. In his paintings there is a big portion of the sky showing, and he has the most amazing clouds in his paintings. Some say that it would have been when he was a child. He was often ill and bedridden, and from his bed all he could see is the sky, and so he studied the sky a lot and fell in love with the atmosphere, the clouds, and how the sky behaves. It certainly shows in all his paintings. He can really give a dramatic sky effect. Often Seago put different settings together into one. So he would take, for instance, a tree from one field, a water feature from another, and merge them together, and he would then make a very nice painting. So some of his paintings were known as the paintings of Seagoland, because there was no place that he was painting, but some ideas. And personally, I think that this is or can be a very good system. Imagine you're outdoor on location, and you find a perfect spot, but there is right in the middle something, some feature, some tree, some pylon who don't belong, who do not make this scene look nice. So nothing stops you from erasing this bit from the painting. In the same way, if you see a fantastic tree in the field beside, no one stops you from transporting visually that tree into your perfect location. And that often will give you a very nice painting. It is very rare that you find the perfect place, the perfect subject to paint, without having to tinker a little bit with what's there. So what I could add for this painting particularly, but in general for all Seago's paintings, the study of the colors were really thought out. You see that the colors belong all, that the harmony of the colors really work together, and that is the result of a few things. One, because of the few colors that he had on his palette, and two, of the way he grayed out his colors. So both together often make a composition very harmonious. Another painter who had very good harmony in his painting was Zorn, wasn't it? For those who don't know, look it up. He's very known for, or his palette is very known. It's called the Zorn palette, and is made of a black, a transparent black, could be an ivory black, a white, vermilion red, a yellow ochre, and that's it. Oh no, sorry. Yeah, no, that's it. Yeah, that's all the colors they were using. So he used he used two colors and two non-colors, black and white not being a color. So ivory black contains quite a bit of green, so therefore, sorry, blue, blue. Therefore, mixed up with the yellow, you could obtain a green, but a harmonious green, a very nice green who would fit within the landscape. Okay, so there is not much more I can tell, other than encourage you to do some studies like it, to really understand how those artists would have thought and processed their painting to arrive to their result. So before I'm leaving, I'd like to thank you all, thank the many comments I had lately. It starts to grow. I think that by next week we are going to be able to feature some longer videos. I had a message from YouTube, and it'd be great, so we can talk about many things. Next video will be about oil paint in general, but moreover about the mediums, the thinners, etc. Because I had some comments about some people not liking oil paint because of the mediums that they have to use, and it stinks out the house. So I do understand. However, you do not need to use those smelly mediums. So I will tell you on the next video what I'm using and what can make your life easier and smell free. So I hope you are going to join me in my next video, which should be in a few days. I'm actually teaching all next week, so there'll be a break for a week, so I catch up with you the week after. So right now I will let you finish those few seconds of the painting, and I'll see you soon for that next video.